Hello, and welcome to our lab here at San Francisco State University. Here, we focus on cancer research. Cancer is a disease that is very difficult to treat. One challenge in cancer treatment is specificity. Lots of therapies available kill cancer cells, but they harm healthy cells in the process. This can leave patients feeling weak, having hair loss, and experiencing nausea. So the question is, how do we target cancer cells while leaving healthy cells unharmed?
That was Casey Mitchell from San Francisco State University. Thanks for that, Casey. Now here today in the news studio, I have Jim, biologist, with me. Jim, good to see you. How are you doing today?
Thanks for having me here, Bob.
So, Jim, in talking about cancer, how do we go about solving this targeting problem?
Well, Bob, it's all about selectivity. We need to find one target that we can use to target these cancer cells.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't they already doing this? I've heard of cancer therapies that target specific cancer cells.
Well, they are and they aren't. You see, cancer isn't just one disease, it's many. If you took a look down at one tumor population of cells, you might see different targets within those different cancer cells.
Well, that sounds like a huge problem. So you're telling me if we don't target them well enough, we're going to have normal cells die. But if we're too good at targeting these cancer cells, we'll actually miss some of the cancer?
You've got it, Bob. We're trying to find one target that's specific to cancer, but not limited to one type of cancer. So we had to ask ourselves, what's the one thing that cancer cells do? Well, they grow and divide. That's what cancer is. It's just unchecked cell proliferation.
Well, can we target that, Bob?
Well, yes and no. Cancer growth is controlled by many different signals. Sometimes cancer is growing because there's too much of one signal, and sometimes it's because there's too little of another. So it's really a delicate balance. But there is one major byproduct of cell growth.
Well, don't leave us hanging, Bob. What is it?
They make this little molecule called reactive oxygen species, or ROS. Now, these little suckers are just produced like crazy when the cell's metabolism is kicked into overdrive.
Like when the cancer cells grow?
Exactly.
Now, back to Casey in the lab.
My research focuses on using ROS as a target. By designing small circular pieces of DNA with elements that are activated by ROS, the idea is we can create DNA that's only going to be expressed in cells that have high level of ROS, like cancer cells. Hopefully, this can then further be developed into therapies that only affect cancer cells.
That's it for us here at Channel 5. Remember to tune in tomorrow when we go over our top story. I can't believe it's not butter. Can you?